Yo, what is up, guys? It's been a while since I've posted on YouTube. Um, but no better time than now, I guess. Why not? I unintentionally tanked my elo from about 1600, 1620 maybe to 1409. Just been on an absolute tilter recently, so I figured why not just stream my climb back up to 1600. So I'll probably just make a couple videos on that. Maybe road to 1600 plus 1700, who knows. Um, but yeah, AIW's been kicking my ass. It's been an absolute skill issue. So we're going to try our best to get some elo back here. And we'll just start by queuing up into an NMPZ duel. And hopefully we're able to get someone pretty fast. There we go. Looks like we got the Gym Timidator. So um, fellow World Cup quali participants. But I'm just going to be explaining my guesses here and going over why I think it's the country that it is. Um, this one, we have this short antenna here with a interesting looking car. Um, with this one, with this forest location and this road, it's making me think maybe Poland. Um, I think I could see France as well. I'm not too sure about this car though. Um, I kind of like Poland the most, but I would not be surprised if it was France. But we will go Poland. And let's see. And it was actually Bulgarian coast. So, I mean, that's a great start to the video. Great first guess, I'd say. But we move. This one here looks like we got a Europe again. I want to say it's Germany, just because this does look like a German street sign. Um, and especially with the 2023 copyrights. If I were to put this somewhere, I'm probably putting it closer to Berlin or Czechia border. Doesn't look like we got the style of houses needed for up here. So I will probably just head somewhere up in here. Uh, Actually, could be west now that I think about it. Maybe I will go near Bonn or Frankfurt or something. But let's see. And yeah, it was. How do you say this one? Is it NRW? Yes, NRW. It was up in there. Golf cart crossing looks like we are on some sort of golf course here. Um, English here, obviously, and we're driving on the right, so we should be in the U.S. These pines are giving me more of a southern vibe here. I'm thinking something like Georgia or maybe even Florida. I think we'll just hedge Tallahassee in here because I could see this being some kind of Florida golf course. Obviously, these states are also an option, and it was Charleston, so that does make sense. Um, but yeah, right now we are getting flawless, so this isn't looking too great. Um, let's see here. This is an interesting one. I do see some what appears to be Swedish language, I would say. Um, I don't think this is Finnish. So with this one, it could be deceptively north. Um, but I will probably just hedge around Stockholm. I'm not sure about Swedish phone codes. I would need to definitely check that out. But yeah, it just seems like around Stockholm hedge is fine. And it was a bit more north in Olnas. But we move on to round five, start of multipliers. Um, let's hit this one. Should have an easy South Korea here. Um, Not too sure on the region here, so I'm just gonna click right in the middle, and we'll see where Jim Timidator goes if he decides to line up a road or not. But yeah, we should just be could be near Seoul. Something about my timer is off right now, but we'll take it. It was closer where I clicked. He obviously clicked Seoul there, which does make a lot of sense. Um, but moving on. Okay, looks like real foggy coverage with these mountains. I would say we are along Ulan Ude. We could be up in here as well. But the mountain range does look like it's to the northwest. Yeah, maybe something like this will work best, especially with the fog. I could see it just being like somewhere along the A340 here as well. But we will hedge up in here. So, and it was actually a little off road down here. So that makes more sense with the mountains being northwest. But a good region guess there. Let's see. We have a lot of tiled roofs here. Offset, pole, non-symmetrical. So I would probably just click Java here. It is kind of hilly, which means I will probably go more towards the center of the island rather than on the coast where it's flat. Um, yeah, nothing more to it there. I'll probably just head Central Java and we'll see. And great region guess from him there. It is East Java. So that's going to bring us down a little bit. We're about even going into round 8. This one here, I am getting a bit of a southern vibe, of course. Texas makes a lot of sense. And I think that is where I'm clicking, especially with this dry landscape, very patchy looking grass. These houses as well definitely speak to Texas or Oklahoma, something like that. So I think a Lubbock hedge is in order. Lubbock makes sense to me. Yeah, I don't see anything wrong with that. It could obviously be Oklahoma as well. I would be very surprised if this was, more north than that. But yeah, it was Texas. And that might do it. And it does. GG's. And, we win our first game, which is a good start. 13 rating up to 1422. So, pretty good start, I would say. Aside from that first round in which I guess Poland on coastal Bulgaria. But, it does happen. Anyways, yeah, I pretty much tanked from 1600 to about 1400 in a day or so. It was really not great. I think moving duels really put me on tilt, and then I just went downhill from there, and it's just been a free fall. So it's good to get back into it, talking about guesses. We are driving on the left here because we can see the front of the car, and it looks like we do have a, Thai-looking pole here. So we should be in Thailand. It's pretty dry. We're getting like more red soil. I could definitely see it being somewhere out here. This random mountain is a bit weird. But yeah, I'm probably just going to click in the middle of this part here. And it actually was northwest of Bangkok. I guess that makes sense as well. I usually associate red soil with it being closer to the Mekong Delta, but of course, that does not always work. Okay, here it looks like we do have a Malaysian style pole. I would probably go Borneo here. These yellow outer lines are a bit strange. But yeah, we should be in Indonesia. I'm not really sure where to go here. I kind of just want to go Sarawak, and we click here because this doesn't look like your normal Sabah pole. So I am clicking Sarawak. I would be surprised if this was Indo. But the yellow outer lines are definitely throwing me off a little bit. Am I overlooking something here? Maybe. Okay, it was Indo, actually. So, big mistake from me there. And he goes Bolivia, with the white car there. Yeah, so we do have red in the middle of these ballers. Now, these should probably be Hungarian ballers, especially with this road just built through these tree lines here. Makes a lot of sense. Now, am I overlooking Croatia? It could be Croatia as well, but Hungary's close enough to Croatia in which we shouldn't lose too many points if it is. And it was Hungary. Pretty good. I hedged a little bit more southwest to hedge for Croatia there, of course. So, but we keep moving. Okay, so we do look what looks to be, in Argentina here. We do have these specs on the cam. This doesn't look like a thick signpost, and we have, these flat pole tops with the 3 insulators on them, which is usually indicative of Argentina. You can see this in Uruguay, of course. That is why I'm a bit confused. I think BA province does make the most sense because it is going to look the most like Uruguay. Hopefully it's not Uruguay, though. Although it could be at the end of the day, and we'll see. Okay, we basically 5K'd, so that's pretty lucky, I would say. But yeah, we'll take those points. Those are good points. Okay, so we have the offset reflectors on this bollard. So that should be a Serbian thing. And it looks like we do have some hills around. We should be in southern Serbia. We are going east to west on a road. I would say this is probably a yellow road, right? Yeah, like it should be. It's paved like this. Could be going into like Bulgaria pocket here, but I'll just place it somewhere up in here, east of Nice. Um, no, Nice is how you pronounce the one in France, but yeah, was the 36, so gets the better of us there. And we do have a Chilean pole, lots of wooden houses around. Especially with this landscape, it's going to make me want to go a bit more south. So I'm thinking of clicking near Puerto Montt or something like that, especially with all these wooden houses. Am I overlooking Concepcion, though? I would say it looks more south than that, and a bit more cold, just judging off of the landscape. So, oh, it was Concepcion area, Lebu. So good guess by him, putting it up there. I think the hill definitely reminded me of Concepcion. So that makes a lot of sense. Anyways, what do we have here? It looks like we do have in India. Where am I placing this one? Let's see. I guess we should be down here, judging by the script. So maybe Tamil Nadu, AP border. Maybe it's just Tamil Nadu, honestly. Especially with this script. I don't hate it, and I think we should just click there. Unless I'm overlooking Sri Lanka, which I would say maybe. Let's just go Tamil Nadu, and we'll see what happens. And it is. Okay. And he gets it as well. Great guess. And we're going to keep going. And we have a Thailand here. Especially with this concrete road, we have some Thai script there, Thai pole as well, with this like square rectangle shape. Let's see, where do I want to go here? I would probably stray away from Peninsula, and probably just click near Bangkok, to be honest. Maybe somewhere just north of it. Works for me. And it is Surin. So yeah, he just goes for the Bangkok hedge there as well. And we move on to round 9, 3.5x damage. Turkish car here. This is not great, because if Jalotra sees this video, he is not going to be too happy. Let's see. We have some big apartment buildings, so I am thinking that we are in a bigger city in Turkey. Especially with this green hill here. I'm really not sure where to put this. I was first thinking, like, up here makes the most sense, but I could see something like Adana or something of the like. I'm not sure. I'm gonna click Adana. But yeah, we could lose here for sure. Let's see. Was just Trabzon. Okay, so it was north. I did get the northern vibe initially, and we had a greenish hill there. So certainly a skill issue on my part. We do have what appears to be Queensland here. Short red reflectors on this bollard. It's very hard to see, but more so a Queensland thing than others. And I would say we're probably all the way up here near Cairns. I know there's a lot of new Gen 4 coverage that is in North Queensland especially. So I'm pretty comfortable going up here, I would say. Could even be like going to Cooktown, to be honest. But yeah, we're just going to click up here and hopefully we don't lose on a little Queensland round. But we will see where the Gym Intimidator wants to go. And yeah, he gets it as well. We were going to Cooktown there. If I had committed to the road, would that have been enough? I don't know. It would have been very close. And it just comes down to India roulette for me. I'm not getting too much info here. A little basketball hoop there, which is cool. With this brick, I'm more inclined to go a bit more into UP or like MP area. So I think this is like what I would like to do here is guess somewhere in here. And hopefully it's not, the middle of the country, which it certainly could be. Because my India is not great. So let's just click here. Definitely need to learn this country at one point, but I don't know if there's too much that can be done on these kind of nondescript rounds. It was northwest of New Delhi, but that's not going to be enough to finish him off. Pause. Let's see here. What do we got? I'm thinking Spain initially, especially with how dry it is. Could we be on something like Corsica, though? Is the issue. Especially with that craggy mountain there. I do see a little Corsica, especially with that mountain. I know we do get similar mountains in Spain, in the Aragon area, maybe up here as well. But I kind of want to just go Corsica and see if my intuition is wrong here. Maybe I should just trust my gut, but we'll see. And the timer is off again, and it was just Spain. And I should have I highlighted that area and, didn't commit. Unlucky, really, at the end of the day. What do we have here? This is quite interesting, especially with this pole top. I'm not too sure what I'm looking at here. I initially thought that we were in Malaysia. Especially with these style of houses, but could we be somewhere else? Am I missing somewhere? No, I think I like Malaysia a good amount, and I'm willing to commit to Borneo. So, let's see how good this guess is. Oh, and it was West Cali, so that's gonna do it. GG's. Could not. If I had trusted the gut on the Spain round, we could have won there. But unfortunately, we do not, and we lose 20 rating for that one. So that is quite unfortunate. Maybe we switch it up and we hop into a no-move game this time. Am I going to get a opponent, though, at this time? That's the real question. I know, obviously, it's very late for Europeans, so nobody's really going to be queuing. Lucky to get the Gym Intimidator twice there. Maybe a bit of a skill issue there with the Kalimantan pole. I would have to think about that more. But it was symmetrical, so it does make sense to go West Cali there. But for some reason, the vibe was off. It's definitely a skill issue with this map. Let's see if I can get an NMPZ game instead. Looks like we're getting neither, which is not great. It's probably not the hotbed time to be playing duels right now. But will I get a match? Will I get a match? I would assume not. Interesting. Well, this footage will probably be uncut because I am too lazy to edit the footage at all. So it's just going to be me yapping for, 2 or 3 minutes while I wait for a new opponent, I guess. So yeah, moving duels, guys. I need to work on my moving duels. That's severely a point of, pure skill issue, I would say, for me. So, not great. We did get an opponent, and it is Maguiron, a legend in their own right. Having known Maguiron since, I probably started streaming back in 2021, so they've been around the Geo community a long time. This stick fence is making me think okay, so we do have Indo here, lots of motorbikes. It looks like a symmetrical style pole. So I'm between going Sulawesi, like north or central, and then maybe just going the Nusas somewhere. I think I like Gorontalo. It does get pretty dry there. It looks like we have some hills, and we have a symmetrical pole top, which would make sense for this area, so I'm okay with sending that. This stick fence certainly is okay. It's just Java. Well, I just made a mistake. Maybe I was looking at the wrong poll. But yeah. Now this one here, the one meta that I do know about India is like the window on the top of the pole top. It doesn't look like this is a windowed pole top though, but I mean, it could be. We are down at 3,000 help, so going Punjab might not be the best decision. So maybe I just hedge it a little bit, and we'll see. Okay, and the hedge actually worked there because we were in the wrong state, but it was right over the border in MP. So, I mean, we'll take that at the end of the day. This one is a bit strange. I would say we're probably in Florida or something adjacent to that, especially with the Gen 4 Southern Pines as well. Where do I want to go here? Do I want to go Florida? I think Florida makes the most sense, especially with this sand. It could be the Carolinas or something like that, but Louisiana also makes sense, of course. With all the estuaries and lakes that are in there. And they go for a similar guess as well. Let's see here. I'm getting a California vibe, but I'm not sure. Okay, this round is a bit strange to me. Normally, California is easy to identify with, the double yellows plus the black in the middle of the double yellows. But I am getting a California vibe here, so I think I'm just going to send it, like, maybe somewhere up in here. I highly doubt it's down here, but, I've been surprised before, especially on this map, so. Okay. Anyway, we both go California there, so that's interesting. Certainly a skill issue on both of our parts, but I'll speak for myself and not Maguron. Anyways, we're back in the US once again. With this one, I don't know. It's giving me more Plains architecture vibes, especially with, these square box houses, the brick here. So I think I'm just going to hit it in Kansas, because, I mean, that makes sense to me. Sierra Springs, not sure if that's a place, or if that's where they're shipping out of, or if it's just like, who knows? But yeah, okay, Oklahoma. We're in Frederick, Oklahoma. We'll take that. We got the Plains vibes. Kansas was good enough to pick up some points. And we do have what appears to be Bangladesh here. Yeah, not much more to it, I think. Should just be Bangla. And I am just going to click middle, because I can't region guess this country. Worth a damn. And yeah, a bit more north of my plonk, but we will take minimal points there. That's not too bad. We're just going to be multi-merchants, hopefully. At least that's the plan. Now this one, I think that is a yellow sign there, so we should be in either Finland or Sweden. I'm leading more Sweden with these houses. But it could be Finland as well. It's winter coverage. It seems super barren. I really don't know how far up latitude-wise I want to go here. Because I feel like it could just be, south of Stockholm somewhere. So I'm just going to click here, and we'll see. And we'll hope for the best. Okay, not too bad. They kind of went with the same logic and reasoning as me, I would assume, with that guess. And we do have what appears to be South Africa here. White center lines. We would, if this was, they would probably have yellow outer lines as well. But just with this vibe, should be South Africa. I'm thinking somewhere near Lesotho, especially with this mountain here. I know a lot of the Gen 2 especially is kind of situated within here nowadays, just because, most of this is covered with Gen 4, these flat parts. So yeah, I think I'm just going to click, maybe it's even like Golden Gate Highlands Park or something like that, but we'll just hedge that here. And yeah, was there. If I'd stuck with my original plonk, could have got some good oh, that is enough, actually. So that is GG. And I mean, that's a big win. 18 rating, not bad. We'll take that. And let's queue up again. And let's see if we can get another match. And this will probably be the last match of video 1. But, you know, if I am so inspired, we're going to go for a video 2. And you'll see me wearing the same outfit because I'm going to film it on the same day, which is today. Anyways, me yapping a little bit more, but, you know, we are still waiting for an opponent. So anyway, everyone in the comments, if you made it this far in the video, I really do appreciate it. If you guys could, you know, if you're not subbed, please sub, because we might try to grow the channel, but we also might not. I know that's a really vague thing to say, but you never know. Anyways, looks like we do get a master player, which is really unfortunate. I don't know if this is... I mean, who knows? They might just wreck me. But yeah, we do have Italy here, Fiat, with the double blue. And we do have a hill here. I'm not sure. I want to stick it like up, like here, like south of Po Valley. So I'm just going to click Florence and let's see. And it was Sardinia. Okay, I mean, I don't know how I meant to get that one. It's probably a skill issue, to be honest. Because I'm always going mainland Italy there, especially when it's urban like that. But yeah, that is a bit tough. With this one... What are my thoughts here? I was thinking Colombia, maybe? I don't know if this is meant to bait you into thinking it's the Kenyan follow car, but I don't think that is, so... I think we're just in Gen 4 Colombia, but I could be trolling. But, like, let's just try it anyway. It looks like we're more driving on the right anyway, but we'll try it. And it was Peru. I mean, Peru also makes sense there. My mind just didn't default to that. Like, Gen 4 Peru is like such an obvious thing to think about. Like, I should have thought of that. Okay. Brazil here. We have the Brazil ladder pole. Blue water tanks as well, which are very common in Brazil. With this architecture, it should not be, you know, south of Sao Paulo. So I'm thinking Bahia or MG. It does look a bit more tropical, though, because we are getting some palms here. So, like, could we just be coastal like Bahia or something? I don't know if this is the best hedge, but we might just go for it. And we'll see. I'm a little bit lost on this round, especially with, you know, these polls not telling me too much. Not that I know Brazilian polls to begin with, but it is always fun. And we're actually... Okay. I mean, that certainly makes sense. Like, we had a palm tree, guys, so... Maranya palms. But, you know, who knows? Anyways, we continue. We're either in Slovenia or Austria here with these bollards. And I think with these, it should be a Slovenian thing, although I would like the comments to correct me if I am wrong. Actually, it could be Austria as well, right? Usually, the fake meta that I go off of is if this reflector is black, it's usually more of an Austrian thing. I could see this being Slovenian pocket, though. Something down here. It doesn't feel like up here. It's a little hilly. I'm thinking somewhere here. Okay, I was totally wrong. It was up here. And our opponent gets us there. Going for the same pocket logic, because it was a little bit strange. Okay, lovely. So we get India again. I am inclined to think that this is a bit more north. Maybe even, like, Assam or something like that. Do I go for it, though? Like, is this the best hedge? It is not. But if our opponent beats us on this, then so be it. I'm going to try it. I don't think I've ever properly guessed this one correctly. But we're going to run it, and we'll see if we're correct. And we are not even close to being correct. So our opponent is going to pick up some good points on me there. It was Maharashtra. Which in hindsight could make sense, it could not. Who knows? My India is not good, as I've mentioned. The first thought here for me was actually Adelaide Hills. Especially with these like kind of trees where it's like white barked with these like the leaves are like all spread out like this, but off different branches. I think that is a line break. I mean, I don't hate Adelaide here. I would just hate to lose on like this just being New South Wales or Victoria area. But we will trust the guts. I think Adelaide does make some sense. Okay, it's just Victoria. I mean, guys, what are we doing here? It's just like, okay, I am not good at the game, I think is what we've established. We do have a Thailand here. It's very dry looking. Is this going to be more north even? I think the Fitsanulok hedge is in order because I don't want it to somehow be, you know, down here and I just lose off of this. So we will take the hedge here against Jacobian. And hopefully I don't lose because this could be a significant chunk of points if we do lose this one. But we'll see where he decides to go. Okay, he did not recognize the tie pole there, which is understandable. GG's Jacobian. It was a good game, sir. I definitely had some very poor guesses there, but that's fine. You know, we're learning from our mistakes. And that's the whole reason of the series is, I was able to get up to 1600 because I'm an ACW merchant. Especially NMPZ, I felt like I had an edge, especially on ACW. But some of these AIW locations, man, they defy all logic to me. But anyways, I was in queue, but I will cut the video off there. I appreciate you guys watching till the end. And, stick around for part 2. This is part 1 of Road to 1600. This video series might never end, because what if I don't hit 1600 ever? Anyways, thank you for watching, guys. I appreciate you. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Goodbye.